What's going on? Frank Bernardo here, and today we're talking about all things retention. We're talking about the ultimate retention program that I have for my real estate offices, and I also use it for my real estate teams. So let's dig into this. So to recruit agents, it's about relationship. I think we can agree with that. If you want a strong agent to come over to your office, you're going to have a strong relationship with that person, and that's something that typically builds up over time, which is multiple conversations, less about, can I recruit you to my office? Being an agent, it's something that also happens in real estate sales. Anybody that is massively successful in real estate builds their sphere of influence, and those clients and those people in your database is based on relationship. And how strong can you make that relationship? So both of those are about communication, not selling. And when it comes to your office, it is the same way. Too often have I seen leaders, team leaders, recruit somebody to the office and then they never talk to them again. They disappear. They don't come in. There's all of these different scenarios that happen because we either try to leverage the people in our office to help us with these relationships, and those balls get dropped. But a team leader is usually the catalyst for an office and is the reason that somebody joins. And when that person joins and is never spoken to again, that causes retention problems. So what I've done is I've created a program to where you can re-recruit your real estate agents within your office the same way you would recruit people to your real estate business, or you would recruit people to your office as a team leader. So let's just break it down. So at the end of the day, it comes down to communication. It comes down to over communication. With my real estate team, I have a 65 touch real estate program that a person will get touched 65 times during a year. That is a far cry from the original 33 touch program that I started in 21 years ago. But one thing I realized is that you have to talk to your people too much. And what I try to explain to agents, that if you're only talking to your people in your database once a quarter, you're probably coming off as more of a salesperson than creating a relationship. So you have to talk to them way more than you think you do, and not about the things you think you need to talk about. Let me explain. So the ultimate retention program works this way. You have to get a top-down report in an Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet or some place that can be shared and notes can be tallied on the side. And you do top-down. So top-down means your top producers at the top, all the way down to people who've never sold a house. You put in their name, their email, and their phone number at minimum to make sure you have all of that information in there. And then it gets broken up into segments based on how your office is set up. So if you don't have a lot of people in your office, let's say you have 2 staff members, or it's just you and one other staff member, you have a super lean office, that's fine. Lead with revenue. I get it. So if it's you and one other person, then you just literally take the list, split it in half. You as the team leader, you take the top half. You want the productive agents, and the other person takes the bottom half. Depending on how big your office is, if your office is, I'd say 50 agents, then I say best practice, the team leader calls everybody once a month. It's 1 or 2 calls a day if you have about 50 agents. It's really not that big of a deal. You're re-recruiting your people. If you can break it up, you have somebody that's strong support in your office, break it up a little bit. But you should always easily be talking to the top 20% of your office. These are the most productive people in your office. This is your ALC. This is your top producers. You as a team leader should be in these conversations on a monthly basis with these people. It means way more than you think it does. Way more. I just gave out awards in my office, and I gave out paper awards that were not anything crazy amazing. Like, there's no $100 million producers in my office right now. And I gave out these awards, and I had agents crying. And it's the recognition, it's the consideration, it's the caring. It's broken down to caring people. That's what we really need to understand. So if you recruit somebody, they come into your office, you never talk to them again, that is the misstep. You have to re-recruit your people. So let's say you have a front desk, you have an agent services, and you have an MCA and you. So that's 4 people. So that roster will get broken up into 4 different parts. You're going to take 20%. Everybody else is going to take the rest. And I say that you should look at the roster and everybody should be able to pick the person that they have the strongest relationship with. You get to call them, regardless of who it is, because you want to develop that relationship. So now, what do you talk about when you call your database, your roster? What do you talk about? This is what you talk about. You don't talk about real estate. You talk about them. You do the Ford conversation for agents, which is the Ford conversation for your clients. And that is basically family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. It doesn't have to be all of them, and it doesn't have to be in that order. It just spells something, and it's a really great catalyst to getting information. So you're going to be interested in them. You're going to call to check in on them and say, hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you. Or whatever. Like if you haven't seen that person, you say, I haven't seen you in a while. I wanted to check in with you. I want to see how you're doing. I want to see what's going on. I want to see how's the family, how's the kids, how's real estate going? Just how is everything doing? You're doing a care call. That's it. You're doing a care call to see how they're doing. And then this is the most important part. If there's anything notable, you tell the rest of the team about it. If it's a birthday, if it's a spouse's birthday, somebody passed away, an animal passed away, whatever. Anything notable, you put notes in the margins on the sheet. And then you tell the rest of the team about it. Group text, email, whatever works best for you guys. The communication about what's going on. So if there's something notable that's happening, the rest of the team can reach out. That is super important. And then you do that with everybody. So you're like, listen, now this is the pushback I've gotten on this. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I get it. But you're going to want to have the time when they start leaving your office. So if you have a 200 agent office and you have 2 to 3 people on your team, everybody talks to one person a day, you're going to get through that list fairly quickly. So 4 people, 1 person a day, that's 4 people a day. You're going to get through 120 in a month. So the team leader should be breaking up his day into lead generation for agents to join the office that are not part of the office, and then lead generation for retention in the office if he's supported properly, and just checking in with everybody. And if you see people in the office, it can be a personal check-in too, as long as you go back to the spreadsheet and you put in notes. Hey, how's it going? This and that. It is super valuable to touch base with people and consistently over-communicate. The problem with retention is that we're not communicating enough. Now, other things. Anniversaries with Keller Williams, anniversaries with that office. Now, you're going to have somebody that may have joined Keller Williams 21 years ago, and they're in a different Keller Williams office. So that's 2 anniversaries that you can celebrate. You can celebrate their vesting when it comes to profit share. You can celebrate birthdays. You can celebrate so many different things. Find things to celebrate with your agents and use that as leverage. Your agents will love you. I'm telling you, over communicate with them. They want to know that you care. It's really valuable. So let me know if you have any questions, any comments. You can put them in the comment section below. Reach out to me personally. These leads that you're getting from Recruiting Boss are super valuable, and it's the same concept. You have to over communicate. You have to talk with them. You have to follow up with them and follow up with them and follow up with them. Make sure you're talking to your people. You're keeping notes on what's happening in your people's lives, and then you're communicating that with the rest of the team, and you're doing it at a level that's probably a little bit more comfortable than what you're used to doing, and it's just off the scale. They want to know you care. They want to know that you're there for them. I can guarantee you there's somebody in your office right now that needs help, that is either not reaching out because they're afraid, they just don't have time, and it's your time to reach out and talk to your people. So, Ultimate Retention Program. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope this was helpful, and hope everybody has a fantastic day. Bye.